Hi everyone, this is Alina from Adventures in Vegan Living. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple lentil soup that's both delicious and easy to make, and we're going to make it in the Instant Pot. Here's what we're going to need. 1 medium-sized onion, a knob of ginger, lentils. We've got some red lentils. Then I've got some French lentils, but you can also use regular blue-green lentils if that's what you have. Then we'll be using some diced tomatoes, coconut milk, and some spices. I've got black pepper and salt, turmeric, cinnamon, cayenne pepper, garam masala, and paprika. And then we'll also have some cumin. So I've chopped my onion and grated my garlic and my ginger. I put them into my Instant Pot that I preheated on the saute function. So let's see how they're doing. So there they are. They're beginning to get nice and translucent. I'm going to measure out my lentils. So I've got 1.5 cups of red lentils. So I'm going to pour in my bowl right here, and then I'm going to measure out 1 cup of my French lentils. Here we go. So I'm also putting them in the same bowl. Now I'm going to and rinse them off. So now we're going to add our washed and rinsed lentils and some diced tomatoes and the spices into the Instant Pot with our onions and other vegetables. So I have a little trick for how to make regular diced canned tomatoes break down really nicely when you cook them, and it improves the texture. So instead of like whole chunks of diced tomatoes in the soup when it's cooked, you'll have it more like incorporated. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pour out the liquid, and now I'm going to get the tomatoes into my hand, and you just squeeze them, trying to break them down as much as you can. They don't have to be perfect. If some get in there whole, then it's no big deal. But as long as you get most of them nice and squeezed, then it's gonna be pretty good. You'll see. Next up, we got our lentils and our spices. When it comes to spices, I usually go by eye, but to make sure the results are more uniform, of course, I encourage you to use measuring spoons. So I've got about 1 teaspoon of garam masala, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, or you can also use curry powder. Then we're going to add just a dash of cinnamon, a dash of cayenne pepper. You can add a little more if you like it spicy. Some black pepper, and we will also add some salt. I'll start with about 1/2 teaspoon, and then we can see how it goes. Now I'm going to give it all a nice stir, and please pardon my shirt. I just got some tomato juices on it. Next, I'm going to add about 6 cups of water, or you can also use veggie broth, but I don't have any right now, so I'm just gonna go with water. Okay, so we've got everything in there. I'm just going to give it a nice quick stir. It smells really good already. I'm going to put the lid on and seal. Now I'm going to set my Instant Pot, press cancel, and now we're going to set our Instant Pot on 10 minutes of pressure, and that's it. Now it beeps. As soon as it beeps, you know that the process has started. So it's gonna take it a few minutes to get up to pressure. When it does, it will beep one more time. And then we'll have 10 minutes of pressure, and then we'll wait 10 minutes before we do a quick release. And I'll show you how to do all of that. As I'm waiting for the soup to get done pressure cooking, I'm going to get everything else ready. This means we will get our spinach, our coconut milk, and our lemon juice ready to go. I got this gigantic bag of spinach that I got at Costco. So I'm going to measure out 2 cups, press them in pretty well. You can actually go with more than 2 cups, but that's something that I've tried before and I think it works out quite well. Got our lemons, so I'm just going to squeeze some lemon juice. This can of unsweetened full-fat coconut milk, and we're going to use everything, both the solids and the coconut milk, that's, you know, the liquid part. All right, look, so the pressure came up to the maximum. Now it's going to start the countdown from 10 to 0. Now we're done with the pressure cooking, and we're going to wait for 10 minutes for the pressure to come down naturally, and after that we will do a quick release. So we're almost done with waiting. Oh, actually, here we go. Yes, we are. So you see the timer has reached 10 minutes. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to press cancel, and I'll go over here. The Instant Pot Duo Gourmet pressure cookers have this little knob that all I'm gonna need to do is to press it, and then the steam will come out of here. If you're using some of the previous models of Instant Pot, then both of these parts are kind of combined. If that's what you have, then you have to carefully press down on the knob and the steam will start coming out of the same exact opening, and you know, you gotta move your hands away or use maybe a spatula to press down on it so that you don't burn your hands with all that steam coming out. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just press down on this. It's going to be loud, so yeah, let's see. So the steam was coming out for at least 2 or 3 minutes because there was so much liquid in there. As soon as the steam is done coming out, we are going to open our lid and see what happens. I'm going to turn it and open this up. Ooh, lovely. It's all very hot still. Ooh, you can see that the lentils have cooked perfectly. It's a little thick, so I think I'm going to add maybe another ½ cup of water. Before I do that, I'm going to add my coconut milk. There we go. So this is the thick, fatty solids that usually tend to be on top in the can. And now this is just the liquid milk. Mix it all in. And you can see that, yeah, it's getting a little bit thinner, but I think it's still pretty thick. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit more water in there, or broth if you're using broth. I'm going to press saute here once again. There we go. I've got the water. You hear it beeping because that means it's getting there. All right, let's see. Okay, this is better. I see that it's much thinner now. When it comes to this soup, you want it to be thinner at this stage because as it sits, as it cools off, and then if it sits in your fridge for a day or two, it will get really, really thick. So if it's a little bit thinner than you like at this stage, then it's good. So there we are. It's pretty good. There we go. It's pretty well seasoned, but I do want to add the lemon juice in. Here's my lemon juice. And I got all my spinach. I'm also going to dump it in. Spinach wilts really quickly, as you can see. We don't even need to wait till the soup comes to a boil, because if we do, the spinach might get actually overcooked. If you feel like it, you can add more than the 2 cups that I've added in here. So my camera died, unfortunately, but it's okay because I'm just going to finish up on the phone real quick. So here's my soup. I have measured it out. So let's take a taste test. It's good. Yeah, it's very good. It's a little bit spicy from cayenne pepper, but everything else just comes together really nicely. So this is how you make a simple lentil soup with spinach. You can also use kale, by the way. I should have told you earlier. If you're using kale, just make sure to add the kale leaves about 2-3 minutes before you're done cooking. And yeah, this is what you do. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned how to make an easy and tasty and yummy and simple and healthy lentil soup. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll have much more recipe videos very soon. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.